Hi, it's Jordantine1, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this sweet little letter heart charm. So you can see I've done the letters L-O-V-E, and the one I'm going to show you in the tutorial today is the letter L. But I will be adding the grid pattern for all of the letters of the alphabet at the end of the tutorial. So all you need to do is to substitute the 5 center rows where the letters are with whatever the grid pattern is for your letter. So I think it's a really cute little easy thing to do, and it would make a cute little gift for your loved ones for Valentine's Day or any time of the year. It would be cute for classroom parties if you needed little favors, or if you just want to make one for yourself with your initials. So there's a lot of different things you can do, and I'm really happy with the way that they turned out, and I hope that you are too. You can make your heart charm either on the Alpha Loom or on the Rainbow Loom, or really any loom that allows you to set the pins in a straight line. So I'm going to show mine on the Alpha Loom today, but if you are using the Rainbow Loom, as I said, just line up your pins. You'll need 2 rows, and you just want to remove the center base plate in order for your charm to grow down. Aside from your loom, you're going to need a hook of some sort, so I have the Rainbow Loom metal hook. And then for my band counts for the letter L, I'm going to be using 54 of the main color, 7 of the letter color, and 6 of the clear bands. Or you could use really any color. You mostly see the color just on the outer edges, so it's up to you. Now of course your counts may vary just slightly depending on which letter you're making. I'm going to be working with my loom in a horizontal position, and I will include a grid pattern in the upper left hand corner, and then I will highlight each row as we're working on it. We're going to begin by placing 4 bands on the center pin. So the very first one is going to have to be twisted. So I'm going to go straight across, and I'm going to make a figure 8. Push down, and then I'm going to do 3 more on that same pin. So you always just want to push them down so you have room to be adding the next one. And then once you have 4 bands on, you're going to take the bottom one and pull it over the top on each side. And now with the 3 remaining bands, you're going to take one and move it out to the left. So I'm going to just take the very top one on each side. And then I'm going to take the next one, move that over to the right, and so now you have spread the bands out to 3 pins, and you want to just push that down to the bottom. Next I'm going to add the cross band that's going to tie the rows together. So usually I use clear bands, but since this is so small, I'm just going to use an Alpha Loom band, and it's going to stretch across all 3 pins. So it's up to you whether you want to put it on the top or bottom. Doesn't really make a difference, but I'm just going to keep mine on the bottom every time just to stay consistent. In the next row, I'm doing 1 band on the center pin and then 2 bands on either side of that. So I have 2 on the left side here, whoops, 1 in the middle, and then 2 on the right. And then I'm taking my cross band, and I'm just going to pull that over into the center, and then I am going to loop the bottom. So you can use your alpha comb. I'm just going to use my hook for now, since I only have 3. And then on the two outer pins, you're going to take the top band and move them outward. So do that for both sides. Whoops. And again, you want to push down. Next I have my crossband, and I am going to be using a full-size band for this, so I'm going to be doing the clear. And what you need to do is to double this. So what I find the easiest is to just place it on the one end pin, twist, and then loop it back on. And if you wanted to, you could stretch this out a little bit first just to give it a little bit more slack, because it is going to be a tight stretch, and it's going to come all the way down to the other end. And then you want to push that down. In the next row, we're going to start the letter pattern. So I have 3 in the center since I'm doing the letter L. So yours may differ a little bit depending on the letter you're making. And then you're going to have 2 of your background color on either side. So after we're done this, we're going to stretch it out to the full 7 rows. So just be careful, this band is very tight. When you slide it over, just make sure that your bands on your pin don't slide off with it. And I am going to start to use my Alpha comb, just because I'm getting to a bunch of bands here. Now it's just the bottom. I'm going to push down. And then I have the 2 bands on the end pins, and they are going to move outward. Now I have my next band, and this is going to stretch all the way across. So if you're making this on the Rainbow Loom, you will notice that it's quite a tight stretch. In the next row, we're going to continue our letter pattern. So this is the second row of your actual letter. So for me, my next several rows are going to be repeats, since I'm building the long section of the L. So again, just get your crossband in the middle. And then you can do the looping here. Push that down. I have my next crossband. Next we have our third row of the letter pattern. And now my cross. In row 7, you're still doing your letter. So this is actually the 4th row of your letter. And now my clear. In row 8, we're doing our final row of your letter pattern. And here's my last cross band that I'm going to be doing. In row 9, you're doing your solid background color, but you are going to be doing 2 bands on this center pin. So the reason that we're doing 2 in the middle is because after this, we're going to move those outward. So that's going to make the split in your heart. Whoops, I didn't put my second one on the middle there. And then you're looping just the bottom. Push down. And now these center bands need to move out. So I'll take the top one and move that over to the right. And the bottom one I'm going to move over to the left. Doesn't really matter which one goes where, as long as you get one set on either side. In row 10, we're doing 3 bands on each side. We're not doing any more cross bands. And you will have 2 on these pins in the middle, but that's okay. That's what we want. So 3 for the left, skip the middle, and 3 for the right. And now I'm going to loop 2, the bottom 2 on these middle pins. So I'm just going to do that with my hook. You could do it with the alpha comb, but I'm just going to do them separately. And now the remaining 4 that are on the bottom need to come over. So just make sure you don't hook those very center ones. I only have 1 left. And push down. And next what I'm going to do is take the bands on the bottom and I'm going to move them to the top. If I can actually get it to go on the pin, that is. And I'm going to push those bands down, and now I have my 2 last bands that are going to tie this off. And I'm going to start on the left side here. I'm going to just place this band over the first 2 pins starting on the left. I'm going to take the bottom 2 and slide into the middle. And then I'm going to take the band on the middle and move that all the way over to the right here, and I'm going to slide these 2 on as well. So what that's done is just looped all of these loose bands onto that 1 rubber band, and then I'm going to repeat that on the right. So starting on the outer edge, I'm going to do the 2 and loop these on. And then I'm going to stretch this over. I'm going to loop the last 2. in there. And then I'm going to take the one side, I'll go here on the left, grab the one band, just make sure you don't lose it, pick up the other band, and I'm going to pull one through the other, nice and tight, make a slip knot. And then I'll be doing the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to actually start on the center one here. And then you can see this is trying to pop off here, so I'm just going to grab it in my fingers. Going to put my hook through that side and one through the other. Again, nice and tight. So you can spread this out here. Now we have these two loops sticking up, so what we need to do is to hide those. So I'm going to go on the back side here, and I'm going to just go up through the middle. Again, make sure this is nice and tight. And I'm just going to pull this down through to hide it. Do the same thing on the other side here. Just go up through. Make sure it's nice and tight. Grab the loop and hide it. And then you can do some reshaping here with these sort of like half circles at the top and the point at the bottom. And if you wanted to, you could take an additional band. I have a clear one here, and you can just go through the middle and you can pull that through, one through the other, and you can make a little tag to hang this. So I think it turned out really sweet. And you have your little L heart. I hope that everyone loves their little letter hearts. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook. You can post pictures of what you've made to my Facebook page. I always love to see everyone's creations. And please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way you can stay updated when I have new tutorials available. You can also find me on Pinterest and on Instagram, so please feel free to post your pictures and comments there too, and subscribe to those as well. Thanks for watching!